Just want to spend some time with Marvel Snap 2. I love both of you equally, okay? I love both my kids. I'm allowed to like both of my children. But if you don't want to watch Marvel Snap, I get it. No worries. Hop off. That's fine. That's fine. We'll catch you next time. If you want to watch Marvel Snap, of course, we're gonna do some Marvel Snap stuff. Now, I haven't played in 2 weeks. I actually did hit 75 for a minute, but haven't ranked up at all. I gotta hurry too, because the season resets in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to grind some off-stream Marvel Snap games to get to Infinite this season again. I have not missed Infinite yet in Marvel Snap, so we definitely don't want to miss it. Definitely don't want to miss it. We're gonna have to grind it out. Assuming I can anyway. But anyway, yeah, I was playing God of War, then we had tournament stuff, so I'm way behind. I feel a little out of the meta, to be honest, but I had some decks I saw on Twitter I wanted to play today. Couple fun decks, and then I'm still kind of trying to work my way through meta decks in Marvel Snap for videos. There's a lot of meta decks I still haven't really covered in a video, and I think it's pretty nice for people to have an idea of what meta decks look like. They're of course going to change over time, but still a lot of the core packages that you see in meta decks I think will be pretty consistent through time, just updated with cards here and there and stuff. Good to help people get an understanding of those. But anyway, there's a big Marvel Snap update announced today. It's not out yet. It'll be out, I'm assuming, at the start of next month. But I thought we'd go through it real quick, in case you guys haven't seen this yet. I'm gonna make a video on this for later tonight too, which I don't think I'll be utilizing this screen. I mean, I could. Yeah, Lockjaw discards one of the decks we're gonna play for a video this week. Yeah, that's a very common meta deck right now. Although I don't really see it that much, to be honest. But anyway, I'll record a video for this separately. It's gonna be a little hard to get this working on stream, but we'll do it for a video later. So this was announced not on the 18th. I don't know why this is predated, but this got announced today. And a couple different new things announced for Marvel Snap, and a bunch of new cards announced that I wanted to talk through with you guys. Haven't really had a lot of time to think about how they're going to be utilized yet, so we'll talk through those. But number one thing are the new collector's tokens and the tokens shop. This is a new system and a new currency. Right now, Marvel Snap, as you guys know, it's a little bit hard to get cards that you want, like target them and get them. But there's going to be a new rotating shop with a card that shows up, and you'll be able to buy it directly with these new collector's tokens. So if you see Cerebro in the shop and you really want Cerebro, you can just buy Cerebro with this new currency. It's a free to earn currency, right? You just get it when you play. You get it out of your boxes now and stuff. So you're going to get it instead of boosters specifically in your caches and reserves. I don't know all the names of all this stuff. My God, I need to learn it for the video. But anyway, you can also pin it. So if you don't have enough currency right now, if you have a card you love, you can save it so that it doesn't rotate out. Pin it for a while, save it till you get enough currency, then buy it, and it'll just keep rotating. I think they said every 8 hours. This is funny. Finally, my Cerebro deck will have Cerebro in it. So I think this is a pretty positively received update, because right now people who are deep into Pool 3, or as they're calling it, Series 3, have a hard time finding the cards they want. There's something they're looking for specifically. They may not find it for weeks or a month or months even. So this is a way to help mitigate that and help you target cards that you want to build around, which is pretty nice. Also, they're introducing new rarities for that. Well, new series 4 and series 5, or Pool 4 and Pool 5, and a bunch of new cards for Pool 4 and Pool 5, and you're getting a bunch of free tokens as well. So you'll have a bunch of cards you can buy right away, which is actually pretty insanely nice. Like I could buy 12 cards right away. I'm over 3,000. Some of them cost more though. Series 5 cards cost 6,000. Series 4 cost 3,000, etc. So I could buy 2 Series 5 cards. So on. Hey, Tennessee South, man, thanks for the 2 months. My streamer is best streamer. Proud of you for winning the show match tourney. Hair and beard are top notch today. I'd like to explore the wilds within. Okay, that got a little weird at the end, but I love you. Thank you nonetheless. So mostly here I wanted to talk about the new cards. I have not really done, like, a lot of people, these have kind of been like leaked early, and you know, people have known of these cards' existences. I think some of them have been changed based on what I had seen, based on some of the preview stuff I had seen in the past, but I still wanted to talk through these with you guys and discuss the potential you see for these. Because this is the most new cards we've seen all at once for Marvel Snap. Now, these are not in the game yet. They're probably going to hit early December based on the typical reveal release schedule for Marvel Snap. So I'm thinking like December 6th maybe would be a reasonable date for these. Actually, probably about the same time as Hearthstone, unfortunately. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff to do that week. But this is She-Hulk. New Series 4 card. Costs 1 less for each unspent energy last turn. So a couple interesting curve spots there, right? If you float your turn 3, like you don't do anything on turn 3, she will cost 3 energy on turn 4, which is pretty nice. You could actually play a 1 cost card on turn 3, and she would still cost 4 on 4. And a 4/10 is really big. That's 10 power for 4 energy is actually really nice. We've got some other 4 cost cards that get to that range, like Jessica Jones and Rescue, but those have demands. I mean, this also has a demand, I guess, but, you know, in a different direction, I suppose. But also, you can do some cool things like with Infinite and Sunspot and She-Hulk, excuse me. Getting a little confused here. So, you know, you could build a deck that's all about skipping mana and just scaling a Sunspot and, you know, dumping an Infinite and a She-Hulk both on turn 6 for like a 30 power surprise. That's actually kind of a neat idea. Because if you skip your turn 5, she's going to cost... Oh, no, you couldn't do that. You'd have to... You can't do it with turn 5 skip and Infinite. But you can still do it on like turn 4, like we said, you know. Play a Sunspot early... Skip your turn 3, she's playable on 4, and then, you know, Infinite on 6. You could also do magic stuff, I guess. Play magic on 5, then skip 6 and play She-Hulk and Infinite on 7. So a couple different angles there for like a big surprise. Now 30 power is not really enough to win much. You'd have to get a nice Sunspot there. So maybe like Infinite one lane, Sunspot She-Hulk the other lane would be an option. But yeah, still, I think it's interesting. I mean, for decks that are maybe skipping early turns anyway, like if your deck doesn't have a lot to do until turn 5 or 6 somehow, which, I mean, most decks these days are really doing something always by 4. Like they have a plan by turn 4. I don't know. I guess I'm asking, is she going to be able to be like a flex card in any deck running Sunspot, or are you going to have to build pretty specifically around her, I wonder? Those are the answers I maybe don't have. She would not have DC. No, she has. This is an ability. This counts as an ability. So, no DC. And either way, I think pretty intriguing. And man, do I love She-Hulk as a character. So I'm all in on this one. That's awesome. This card's gonna get nerfed. This in Hearthstone, this card would have been nerfed yesterday. Man. This card is absolutely ripe for a nerf. This is Titania, a 1/5. Chat says, "Oh my, oh my." A 1/5. When any card is played at this location, this card switches sides. So this is pretty intriguing. You basically want to be the last person to play at a location in order to win Titania. Because it's both you and your opponent will be switching Titania, right? So if you play it, they play a card, she goes to their side, and then you play a card, she comes to your side. So as long as you're planning to play something on her location on 6, I guess you can get her back. Now, I don't know about a priority and reveal order here. Is this based on reveals or per card? My guess is it's based on reveal. So they're revealing first, and they play a card, and then you're revealing. But also, they can play a card to push it to your side. So it's like if it's on their side on 6 and you're planning to flip it to your side on 6, if you play a card and they don't play a card, you will succeed. But if they play a card first, then they're going to push it to your side, and then you're going to have played a card as well and push it right back. So there's some real mind games there, I guess, huh? There's some, so that means it's actually kind of hard to know if she's going to end up on your side or not. Huh. That is pretty wild. How do you ensure that she really ends up on your side? I mean, 1/5 is a crazy stat line, right? That's super high power for 1 cost, but I don't know how you're going to ensure this. I guess, yeah, if a side is full, she definitely wouldn't move, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was going to say lockdown stuff like Professor X could work with this, like play it all at once. X does now prevent stuff from swapping sides. He didn't used to, but now he does. If he reveals first. Yeah, if they have a full side, yeah, that's a reason to play her. If they're like a more zoo deck and they're loading up their side really quickly, you could play her there. So playing on 1 would be pretty risky unless you want to mind games people. Storm might still be a little bit risky, but you could try to time the storm. Yeah, if they're playing stuff there, if you're pretty sure they're going to play into your storm, you know, you could try to manipulate it. Yeah. Okay, next up, Luke Cage. Ongoing, your cards can't have their power reduced. So this is a tech card against power reduction. What is that actually good for right now? We have Hazmat that reduces power, and we have Spider-Woman that reduces power. Are those the only cards right now that are reducing power actively outside of locations? Of course, there are locations that reduce power. We've got like negative zone and stuff, which, you know, how often is that showing up? Let's say there's like sewer system, there's negative zone, there's whichever one it does -2. What is that? 1 in 5 games, maybe? You're getting a power debuff location? Is that fair to say? 1 in 5, 1 in 4. Lizard. Scorpion, I suspect, does not interact with this, right? Because Scorpion... Well, I don't know. A lot of these things, like your cards, only affect what's already in play, since this will be in play, and it would not affect in hand if it's sitting in hand. I'm guessing Scorpion does not interact with this. Typhoid Mary is kind of a neat idea. Yeah, you have your own debuff stuff. Yeah, this could be like a 0 Typhoid deck or something. Yeah. I'm adding up all these different ways that this is utilized, and I'm wondering how like consistently advantageous it's going to be. Like, is Typhoid Mary, for instance, worth enough to run this, right? Is that really worth the trouble? Are there enough locations popping up that this is worth the trouble? You know, we don't really see a lot of Hazmat or Spider-Woman in the meta. That's not going to be worth the trouble. So, you know, unless there's some really specific meta or featured location or hot location or whatever that's interacting through this, I wonder how often this actually pops up. How good does it make Hazmat if you're running Hazmat? That's a good question. Like, how much power does this net you on average with your own Hazmat? Like, if you go into a turn 6, you Hazmat Wong or something, your opponent has, you know, let's say 8 cards on average out. You've got 4 or 5. Hazmat would normally net you an 8 power advantage, and with Luke Cage, she would net you a 16 power advantage or something. That would make this worth 8 in combination with Hazmat. That actually sounds kind of good, like a 2/8. Okay. Kind of like the idea of tacking this into a hazmat deck. That actually sounds kind of cool. If it works like Colossus, then it would restore to normal when played if affected by Scorpion. Okay. So once cards get debuffed by Scorpion in hand, as long as they're played back out with Luke Cage, they would restore to full. I believe that. That sounds reasonable to me. Okay. I like that. Absorbing Man. On reveal, if the last card you played has an on reveal ability, this card copies it. So this is a macaw. We've already got Brilliant Macaw in Marvel Snap. 4/3 though instead of a 3/3. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. The mystique of on reveal. Yeah, that's a fun way to think about it. Yeah, I feel like there's just going to be decks that care about this, right? Like, won't there be decks that just want extra on reveals? I don't even know how spicy it has to be. Like, even maybe just an Ironheart or something, you know, you're talking then about a 4/9 total output, since this has kind of some base stats to work with it, you know. Attaching that onto anything in the like 3+ on reveal range is going to feel decent, I think. I could see this just being in a lot of different homes. Just any good on reveal deck. An extra way to get that spicy thing. I mean, I guess some big on reveals have bigger stat lines bundled with them, but you know, Spider-Woman was top of mind there. 5/7 instead of a 4/3 is better, but I think this plus SS plus Odin. SS is oh, Silver Surfer, the new one. Oh yeah, Silver Surfer for 3 costs. That's a fun idea. Is Silver Surfer actually listed here? I feel like I don't remember seeing him. I saw him in the video, but he's not actually on this page. Oh, I guess because he's probably Series 3, or I guess he's part of the set. Wow, they didn't even show him here. That seems irresponsible. Yeah, we need to talk about Silver Surfer. Let me pull up the video then for Silver Surfer. I hate that he's not on here because I'm gonna have to do the same thing for a card review. Man. Marvel Snap. Show me Silver Surfer, please. Oh, here we go. Silver Surfer on reveal, give your other 3-cost cards +3 power. So big on reveal buff to 3-cost stuff. Brood or something in particular, you know, is like an instant 9 power with Silver Surfer. And then, you know, you play Absorbing Man, you play Odin as mentioned in chat, and boom, you've got yourself a location 1, right? So yeah, pretty cool. I love Silver Surfer as a character, by the way. I think he's so sick. Really excited to see him in the game. What are series in Marvel Snap? It's like different pools that you unlock your collection in. So, you think this patch is coming before the Battle Pass? Oh, really? Why do you think that? I just assumed it was going to land at typical rotation, like typical monthly reset. Is there a reason to believe that? I think you would know more than me at this stage. I trust you. I'm curious what the oh, here's a tweet. There you go. That's actually good news for my content then, because it maybe won't cross over with Hearthstone as much. Will the collector token system come out with the season 2 weeks or before it? Asking because it makes a big difference whether or not I need to buy a few more credits to hit 1,000 in time. Very likely before. Okay, that's good to know. That's actually really helpful for me for making videos, so I love it. Okay, so Absorbing Man, yeah, I think just one of those like general utility cards. I'm sure there will be decks that care enough about some specific on reveal that this makes sense for them. I don't think every deck will run it though. Might be awkward from a mana per power standpoint for some decks, but just getting extra copies of stuff is good. Maria Hill, another one of the shield agent cards. We've had quite a few of these. This one's a 2/3 at a random 1-cost card to your hand. So I mean, any kind of hand-sized deck that cares about hand-sized stuff, I guess this is fine. It's kind of competing with like Sentinel in that regard, but Is there any reason to have one cost specifically? I mean, like Kazar, of course. Just mana flexibility, I suppose. Is there any other reasons you really like one cost over other ways to fill your hand? Falcon decks, yeah, bouncy Falcon stuff. Yeah, there are a few reasons, but I don't still love this, right? The random one cost side of things. Yeah, Sarah decks don't really do that well with one cost though, right? Sarah, you actually want things to be like 2 to 3 range usually. Because Sarah has the discount floor, right? So and I mean, I guess if you cared about hand size and Sarah, this would be fine, I suppose, but yeah, I'm with Raven on this. I feel like these are kind of just fillers. Like they, you know, it'd be fun to build a deck out of all the shield cards eventually. Just random stuff go, you know. The Moon Knight meme, actually. So, you know, it's probably fine. Just not a card that really is a big meta driver, I suspect. Random in Marvel Snap is a lot worse than Hearthstone type games because you have such a limited deck already anyway. Synergies are so important and, you know, really tightly bound because of how small the card pool is in your deck that random stuff tends to get eschewed pretty quickly in favor of tightly synergistic game plans that are really, you know, mana restricted and fit their curves nicely. You know, it's harder to toss in random garbage, I guess. I mean, so Agent Coulson, same thing, 3/4 this time, add a random 4 and 5 cost card to your hand. I mean, this one's a little spicier, like giving you a guaranteed curve, but I don't think anybody playing a random 3 or a weak 3, let's say, with Coulson into a random 4 and 5 is happy to do that. I don't think they're winning games very often, right? That feels bad. I guess there's always a world where a card could come along later that says, like, you know, give +2 power to any card that didn't start in your deck sort of scenario, and then all of these start to look a lot more interesting because you're buffing all this random garbage you've assembled. But we don't have that right now, and we don't know if that's coming, so I doubt it. Helicarrier is pretty cool. 6/10. When you discard this from your hand, replace it with 3 random cards. So I actually think this could be kind of nifty in a like Hella discard deck. You know, often you're just running a big pile of big stuff anyway for that deck. This is not quite as big as some of the pile of big stuff cards in that deck. You know, a lot of those are the 6/12, 6/14, 6/20 range. This only being a 6/10, but giving you extra cards in hand. How does that actually help you? I guess I'm wondering. It's potentially more discard fodder to protect your Hella if you're not doing like Invisible Woman stuff. Just keeping your hand more full of more stuff can be useful. Could help fill in gaps on your curve if you hit cards that are, you know, if you discard this on turn 2 or something and find a 3-cost card in there, that could be useful, I suppose. Fill in gaps. More stuff to throw away for Morbius. Yeah, that's a good point. Just more bodies in the Morbius discard pool. Yeah, I like that. You could actually, maybe you could do a collector Dino discard deck, all of it together. You know, we've got Swarm and Helicarrier now as ways to refill your hand while discarding your hand. We used to have crazy Swarm collector decks back in the day when collector gave +2. That was one of my favorite decks. Nokia Swarm hand stuff was really, really cool. Yeah, this card intrigues me, right? I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Might toss that into a deck here and there. M'Baku is a new 1/2. If this is in your deck at the end of the game, it leaps to a random location. I don't know about this, man. It's this feels like a math problem that I don't really know if I know how to solve. So I guess it depends on how many other 1-cost cards you're running and how, like, you know, in a Khazar Zoo deck, for instance, right? Is this just better than running a different 1/2? Are you just happy to get the free 1/2 at the end of the game? Or 1/3, whatever, because of Khazar, right? I feel like I like the active 1/2s better. Like, I'd rather have a Korg or an Iceman or something usually, right? Than just the, you know, essentially in Marvel Snap we have is it like a 3 out of 12 chance that this actually gets played for free? 25% chance. How many cards do we have in Marvel Snap? 4 to the opener, right? And then you draw 6. Maybe a 2 out of 12. How many cards do you finish in Marvel Snap in a regular game? 2 out of 12. I don't know. You start a game with 4. You draw. Well, you start with 3. You draw 1 on 1, and then you draw 4 more, right? Or 5 more, so you draw 9. You draw 9 cards normally Marvel Snap, right? So 3 out of 12 that it's in the bottom of the deck. Now some of you are saying 2 left. You've really got me confused. You really got me confused. Is it worth it for 25% though? I don't think so. Unless you're just running a lot of 1s anyway and you need a 1. I think that's the only way. This is Atuma, a 4/10. If you have another card here at the end of your turn, destroy this. So this is kind of like a isolated Namor card. We've got a few of these like Namor style solo effects for these under the sea guys. Under the sea. It's not Atuma? What is it? It says Atuma. What do you mean it's not Atuma? We're making tumor jokes? Atuma? We're making Tuma jokes. I see. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, wants to be alone, basically. It's a 4/10 if it's alone. A little bit risky otherwise, of course, because your opponent can give you stuff. Locations might just fill up, you know, and there's like, oh, I don't have anywhere to put this because, you know, you play a 1 and 2 and then 3 rolls a rock or something, or ninja, whatever, squirrel or something, and then Atuma's kind of stranded. You can hedge that with like armor and stuff to protect it a little bit, but boy, I don't know. Maybe on a destroyer deck though, if you're running armor anyway. But man, it sure feels bad if armor's not available yet and you play this and it like really just kind of blows up your curve, or you just don't have a good moment to play it because you don't have the armor yet and it's stranded and it's like, oh god, I'm killing my turn 4. Feel like the clunkiness on this might get in the way a lot. Professor X is a good turn 5 follow-up, sure, yeah. That's another one. Armor and X. I mean, like I said, destroyer decks kind of make sense with that. I wonder how awkward it'll feel, though. Worse Namor? Well, I mean, Namor's not very good already, but... Zero it? Yeah, you could. Zero already has some pretty good targets in Zero decks, though. You could just not play it? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you could run any card. You could run a card that says, this loses you the game, and you could say, well, I'm not gonna play it, so I can run that, but it needs to be worth that downside, right? And we're asking, is it worth the risk of being clunky? We're not just saying it's never good because it's clunky. We're saying is its strengths, do its merits outweigh its downsides, right? You guys like it better than Warpath? I mean, Warpath also creates awkwardness, and he is technically a little smaller as a 4/9, so yeah, I don't hate that notion. They both create like friction for you, but maybe this one's a little bit easier to work around. Can't be Enchantress, sure. Sometimes Warpath hits with Cosmo anyway, though. Yeah, there's always the Venom Zero side of things, canceling out these negative effects. It's end of turns, there's no risk there or anything. Yeah, it's got, you know, it's got that big body to work off of. I won't say it's totally doomed, because there are a few angles there we've all mentioned, but I don't think it's gonna be a like star either, you know. There are comparable things that do similar things to this card. Is it one turn or every turn? I think it would be every turn based on this wording, right? 3-star card. I wasn't really planning to do 5-star stuff, but maybe I should. So this is Orca, a 6/9, very nice card. Ongoing, +5 power if this is your only card here. So this is basically a Namor effect again, but this time a 6/14 instead of Namor being a 4/10. I mean, 6/9 at a base is okay. There will be times that's like, okay, well, I got a 6/9, kind of that Chavez stat line, but you're not in love with it. There's a lot better 6-cost cards out there. So why are you playing this? Like, who's playing this and why are they playing it, right? Just, is a 6/14 on your final turn significant enough in Marvel Snap? I don't think so, right? We've got decks going off for way bigger turn 6s than just a straight up 6/14. You got Miracle decks going crazy on 6. You've got Death decks going crazy, playing like 24 power on turn 6. You got Destroyer dumping 16 or Spectrum's dumping as much on 6. I just don't really see why you're dumping this on 6 and feeling good about it, right? Not sure. How big would this even need to be? Hey, Ocean Mud, thanks to the 121 person raid. That's really nice. Welcome everybody. Is this a blue person wearing the body of a killer whale? Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of weird how he's got a face inside the mouth. I don't know, dude. Yeah, he's definitely an orca whale. I'm getting like killer shark vibes here, but yeah, I don't know anything about this character. Let's look and see. Orca Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much seeing the real deal here. This looks, yeah, there's his blue face again inside. Orca was an Atlantean and grew to become one of the strongest but dim-witted soldiers in Warlord Krang's army. He was chosen to be the test subject of Dr. Dorcas. You're kidding me. Imbue a soldier with the power of a killer whale. He had to wear a belt at that time to transfer the powers. My God. There's his belt. Orca possesses several conventional attributes common to the Atlanteans. He's got really high durability and strength, but very low energy projection and intelligence. Dr. Dorcas, yeah. Yeah, anyway, this just looks really weak to me. I don't know. You're trading so much flexibility. It just does not have the turn 6 power spike that so many decks are looking for. 6/14 is just really not enough, and then sometimes it won't even be that. So even in its best case, this looks pretty soft to me. So moving on to Series 5 here. And by the way, chat, please chime in, guys. Please chime in. We're all very new at assessing new Marvel Snap cards, right? It's really hard to envision how a lot of these are going to work. So I am by no means no authority here. I want to learn from all of you, much the same you hope to learn a little from me. But anyway, Galactus, this is a card we've certainly seen pop up a lot in like random effects and so on, and has had some hilarious moments in Marvel Snap so far. But as far as actually being played in a real deck, are you ever going to be able to do anything with Galactus in a real deck? Are we going to be able to make this good in a real Marvel Snap deck? Wave is certainly an enabler. If you could, you know, sometimes you hit those Professor X's that just steal a location. Galactus doesn't really do that. but he might set you up for, like, you know, if you have a really powerful turn 5 and 6, you wave Galactus on 4, you dump a 5 and 6 that you think are strong enough to win the game, I guess. There are ways to make a game go to 7. Yeah, you could Magic on 5, Galactus on 6, but again, you have to be big enough to actually beat the opponent still. It's not like this just auto wins. You got to win this location. Which, you know, you would hope that the opponent's not already ahead there. So you'd have to have a location that's perhaps neutralized or close to at the time of playing Galactus, which isn't always easy because you don't have anything there yet. Mr. Negative could help, but a 3/6 is still not an auto win, you know? Now, I actually don't remember how Galactus works. If you play a card simultaneous, I don't know that I've ever done that. If you play a card simultaneous to Galactus, pre-flop, like you play, like he's a 3/6 because of Mr. Negative, and you play another 3-drop with him. When he reveals, will he know that other card is there because it has not revealed yet? Or will he think he's alone because that card is yet to reveal? My instinct tells me that he will think he's alone. But there are some other things that don't follow those rules, like the raft. The raft sees cards that are face down. He will not trigger? Oh, he won't trigger. You guys are saying he won't. Has to be totally empty. Could you play him with green Hobgoblin? Well, people are saying no. People are saying they think he doesn't work. I don't think I've ever done that because he's always been like 6 mana, you know, and I just play him by himself, I think. Has to be empty. Okay, so the Mr. Negative thing probably wouldn't help too much because you couldn't really play a card with it, is what I'm getting at. So you mean it would help a little because you get a 6 power instead of a 3 power, but only a little. Only a little. I don't know, man. That's really tough. Yeah, there are ways to manipulate your opponent's movement, of course. Juggernaut, Polaris stuff. Yeah, those are good examples, but still, it's so hard to get an advantage into an empty location on turn 6. So hard. Even with a deck built to manipulate this, it seems like it's going to be so tough. Yeah, Green Goblin's not really great in a Mr. Negative deck, guys. Everybody's like Mr. Negative plus Green Goblin, but then that if your Goblin gets negatived, which it won't always, but it certainly could, then you're going to be giving them a 3-power unit, right? So I don't know. Yeah, wave Galactus into a 5/6 seems like the best line to me if you're gonna make this work. Maybe you guys are just saying Green Goblin prior to X the Mr. Negative, just Green Goblin Hobgoblin, so that you have a way to keep your side empty but still be favored leading into your Galactus turn. That seems more likely. Like, give them -11. And then you play 3, and that's a 14-point advantage. And you hope that that's enough, because they're not likely to dump 14 on a lane that they've already lost to, like, the goblins and stuff. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty reasonable. That actually sounds okay if you get the curve line up there. So maybe wave would be number 1, like wave into a Galactus on 4, and then a powerful 5 and 6. The other way would be Goblin, Goblin, Galactus, right? Give them -11. They're going to ditch the location because they're not going to try to overcome -11. And then you Galactus on 6, yeah? A little bit susceptible to destroy deck, maybe. If they had a Carnage laying around, right, or whatever. They could just Carnage your Goblins out. If Galactus became like a meta card, for instance. A little bit risky there, but still kind of intriguing, yeah? There might be some angles, in other words. Next up is Valkyrie, a 5/3. On reveal, set all cards in this location to 3 power. So this can be both a buff on small stuff for you. If you have like some squirrels, right? They're going to 3, but also a debuff for your opponent's stuff. If they've got a 10 power unit there, this is going to set it to 3. So particularly like going into a final turn, this could be a pretty monster debuff. And you know, let's say, what are you expecting to get for 5 power? You know, 9, 10, 11 powers worth of stuff maybe on average. So she needs to debuff by, you know, 6 to 8 stats to feel okay, and then any more than that she debuffs and you're like, okay, that was a really big swing, right? If she's debuffing like 12 stats or something, 15, even more than that possible, of course, that feels pretty good for 5. So that's kind of interesting. You do probably want to play this from behind in that case a little bit. Now the other angle for this could be like Cerebro, going for a 3 power Cerebro deck. Just playing some small stuff and then scaling it up for Cerebro. That seems a little pricey for just one location to me, but not impossible. Yeah, it is kind of Sunkeeper Tarum, yeah. I don't hate the notion of this in more of a control, you know, disruption kind of deck, though. Kind of a neat idea. If this were 4, I think it would be pretty nuts. So 5 is probably right, but I'm a little bit worried about it at 5. 5 does sound a little pricey. This card's crazy. Super Scroll, a 4/2 ongoing, has the ongoing effects of all enemy cards. That is so crazy to me. It's like a ongoing tech card supreme. It's such a crazy tech card for ongoing decks if you're playing against them. You get your opponent's Wong and their Mystique and their Onslaught for free all in one spot. And then you could like Onslaught this yourself somehow and then have just ungodly chains of craziness. Yeah, it works against all lanes. Yeah. So insane. Like, I think of this like in tournaments, you know, because on ladder you're gonna have some really consistency with this. You know, it's one of those where you play an ongoing matchup, oh my god, it's the best card in the universe. You don't play ongoing, oh god, what have I done? This is just a 4/2, right? It does absolutely nothing. This is complete and utter garbage. But what about like tournament settings, man, where you know people are gonna have ongoing decks or have like open deck lists or something, assuming we get tournaments and stuff? Kind of crazy to think about. But still really fun. This looks like a card I'll have a lot of fun playing. But I will say about Marvel Snap, right? Not every game in Marvel Snap has the same weight. You know, in Hearthstone, every game is worth 1 star, right? But in Marvel Snap, if you see that you're playing an ongoing deck, you can snap early before showing your Super Scroll, and you can double the stakes of games that he's good in while minimizing the stakes of games that he's bad in. So sometimes these like really inconsistent cards, assuming they are sufficiently powerful in their favored matchups, you know, if they give you supreme confidence that you're going to win in a favored matchup, can be worth it because you're able to stake the cubes in your favor and tank the bad games where he's costing you. So in that regard, if you're running Super Scroll, he might be worth a lot of cubes, even if he's not worth a lot of win rate. Which is kind of interesting to think about. We'll have to see that in practice, perhaps. So next up, we have Shuri here. On reveal, double the power of the next card you play. Pretty clearly, some Black Panther synergies happening here. Well, not just Black Panther, but, you know, clearly a bro there, or a sibling to Black Panther, if you will. Scaling him up to double. All the kind of hand buff Wakanda stuff makes a lot of sense here. But even like a Brood, you know, just doubling a Brood 3 times is kind of cool. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to double things. I mean, basically, she's a 4/2, but if you double, you know, a 5-drop and you're doubling like 10 power or something, she quickly becomes effectively a 4/12. So it almost doesn't really matter as long as you're playing for power, as long as you have big stat totals. Shuri, in some way or another, is probably going to end up paying off. You could play a 40 power Infinite if you wanted. Yeah. You could play, sure, Red Skull to 30. Yeah, exactly. If you like Wong this, you could do some crazy stuff, right? Like it'll double the doubling, and then you have a 8 power Brood. You have a, you know, a Tuma. Yes. You can go for an Atuma. Double Galactus, yes. Odin, sure. I don't know how Odin would work next to this, but it just feels, you know, if you have power, this is a card worth consideration, probably. Does not have to be played in the same lane. Yeah, that's really nice. Has flexibility there. I don't know. Seems cool to me. It's worth a lot of stats potentially, you know. It's going to be in a stat-based deck. You can see these Wakanda stat lines all coming together pretty nicely too. This is Bast, a new 1/1 on reveal. Set the power of all cards in your hand to 3. I think it's actually pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of cards that benefit from that immediately. All the like low cost stuff getting scaled up, you know, that's a potentially quite significant hand buff across small stuff. Even Shuri here goes to 3, you know, that's a nice little bump. Could also be great for Cerebro decks, just putting everything at a consistent power total so that you could run non 3 cost things for your Cerebro deck is kind of nice. Anything that's scaling, right, doubling effects and so on get better and better. Broods are just 9 instead of 6, that sort of thing, right? I get it. I like it. Seems fine. I think it's going to take a specific sort of deck to make this kind of card work, but could do a Kazar bunch of 1 cost. Yeah, I mean, a lot of 1s are 1/2 anyways. It wouldn't scale as much. I mean, Squirrel, even Squirrel's not that good because the copies stay 1/1s. I don't know. There's not that many units that benefit from this, but you may not need a lot to make this feel worth it, right? If you buff 3 or 4 power, you're effectively, you know, getting a 1/4, a 1/5. That's not bad, right? Just hitting a couple things with a few small buffs makes this pretty good for a 1 cost unit, right? Oh, Iron Man is actually insane with this. Yeah, Iron Man is nuts on his own. Yeah, going to 3 already. It's kind of nice. What if you nerf a 6-drop? I don't think you'd be playing that sort of stuff with this card. I mean, it is true that some builds will always require, you know, higher cost, higher powered things. But, you know, for a Cerebro deck, for instance, you're just buffing Cerebro, you're probably fine with that, right? Cerebro goes up. So finally here, last card, we've got Thanos and his stones. I'm gonna look at Thanos' stones real quick. At the start of the game, shuffle 6 Infinity Stones into your deck. Thanos is a 6/8. The Infinity Stones all have different little effects. The Mind Stone's a 1/1, or I think they're all 1/1. No, they're not. It's a 1/1 on reveal. Draw 2 stones from your deck. So this helps you find your stones because obviously you're putting 6 extra cards in your deck. That's a lot in Marvel Snap. It's hard to find all these. These each have some card draw component, I guess, or at least most of them do. Power Stone, if you played all 6 stones, Thanos has plus 10 power, so that would put him to 18. Obviously, that's pretty big, a 6/18. So that's the idea, right? Pay off all these stones and make Thanos really, really big. I mean, the stones themselves, though, they're pretty decent cards, right? Drawing 2 things is a big deal. I mean, there is a sort of a board size restriction. If you're playing all these stones out, you're gonna have less board spaces, but hopefully they're worth it because this is a 1/3. That's not bad, right? That's nice. Reality Stone's a 1/1 on reveal. Transform this location into a new one, so you're getting a bit of Scarlet Witch action here while also drawing a card. You're getting the Soul Stone on reveal, draw a card, and ongoing enemy cards here have -1 power. So that's, you know, theoretically like 1/5 in power total there on the net. It's not bad. Space Stone on reveal, next turn you can move 1 card at this location, draw a card. So nice little free movement there if you need to. I doubt you'll use that for movement effects so much as just like sneakiness. Time Stone on reveal, gain +1 energy next turn. It's a little bit of ramp there. That's nice. And these are also, of course, drawing a card. So I guess they each do draw a card of some kind, right? Yeah. So that helps. Now you don't have to keep these around. It's only if you've played them, so you can't actually eat these off. You know, you could carnage these or whatever if you're worried about board space restrictions. They don't have to stick around. They just have to be seen, have to be played on board. So, you know, you could see maybe like a destroy deck package early along with some Thanos stones. Just cycle these for big effects. They've all got pretty nice effects. Eat them off as needed. Maybe eat off the 1 power ones, right? And I don't know. I can see that coming together. Get a big 618 at the end of it all. That's not bad, man. It's kind of neat. You need to protect the last stone. It's ongoing. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah, this one can't be eaten or be Enchantress or anything if you want Thanos to be good. Yeah. Maybe finish this on the final turn or whatever. Seems bad, but fun. I don't know if it'll be that bad, man. I could see this being okay. 618 is pretty big. And again, I think these are okay on their own. Like, they're kind of free to run because they're all cycling, right? The only cost they really have is, well, they cost energy, obviously. But, you know, you can float 6 energy throughout a game. That's not that big of a deal. There's 6, right? Yeah, 6. They cost board space, but again, we're suggesting you can get around the board space problem, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it will be bad, but it looks really, really fun. There is no stone that draws Thanos. No, so you don't always get Thanos guaranteed. But there's enough cycle here that you're not really losing any draw. So you're about as likely to find them as in a normal deck, and perhaps even a little bit more likely because some of these are drawing 2 stones to thin the deck out a little faster. So I don't hate it. Yeah, Lockjaw's a neat idea. Just so that, well, it does say if you've played in Marvel Snap, though, means hit the board, right? It doesn't mean actually played from hand. Yeah, I like Lockjaw to support it. Falcon with the stones? Yeah, actually, as they're drawing extra cards, Falcon does seem pretty legit. Yeah. I do like Falcon with the stones, dude. Getting to replay is actually pretty nuts. Falcon, if you guys haven't seen. I mean, I guess this doesn't discount the Beast discounts, right? Yeah, Beast might be even more exciting than Falcon. Just getting a couple of these on a Beast, right? Because then you're getting a discount you can replay. Get more card draw, basically, for free, right? I think I like Beast a little more, even. Just spin 2 to bounce 3 of these back or something, right? And get to draw more cards. You'd have such a full hand. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely some interesting lines either way. That looks really nice. All right, so that's enough. Enough talking about new cards. Happy to I'm glad you guys walked through this with me for sure. It definitely offered some cool insights and ideas for decks and stuff. I'm gonna record a video for those later, so that was really, really helpful to talk through different possibilities there. I think that was really cool. All right, so let me move back over here for Marvel Snap action. I have not been playing at all, but I wanted to play this Cerebro deck, number 1, that I saw somebody hit Infinite with, and I wanted to play... I gotta delete some decks, by the way, man. Oh my god. I'm out of space here. These are all old anyway. Do it. Do it. Delete the deck. Do it. Do it. Do it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Boost farm, we don't need right now. Do it. AFK Agatha. Do it. This was a meme. Do it. Do it. All right, so this deck is a Cerebro 2. Well, it kind of goes to 3 sometimes with Blue Marvel, I guess, but for my sake, I'm gonna call that Cerebro 2 because I think it's funnier. And I already made a thumbnail called "Too Good" with the number 2. So that's our plan. We got Iceman, we got Korg, we got our boy Yondu, we got Invisible Woman. They don't have a deck code, by the way, so I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. We've got Mr. Sinister, we've got Scorpion, we got Cerebro Mystique. I'm actually gonna level up Cerebro, nice. Cerebro Mystique, we've got Brood, of course. Mr. Fantastic, Storm, and a lone Blue Marvel. So this deck comes from, boy, I don't, let's, all right. Kakazu. I'm just gonna say Kakazu. All right. I have really never played a Cerebro deck, but I saw this pop up. It looked fun. This guy had infinite with it. I don't know exactly what his pool is. I'm wondering if there's any tweaks I could make to this that actually would feel better given that I have a higher pool. I didn't really look carefully here. Like, I don't really love Yondu already, I'm thinking, but I don't want to mess with the curve at all if I don't have to. Missing Quicksilver, Punisher, Nightcrawler, Mojo, no, he scales. These all scale. Quinjet, not really useful. Uatu, Wong, Yellow Jacket messes this up. No, this looks okay. This looks okay. Yeah, Blue Marvel will buff all the 2s to 3 to match himself, so then you become a Cerebro 3 deck. I've seen lists basically at each, you know, power increment for Cerebro. I mean, not maybe literally each, but a lot of different power increments for Cerebro anyway. Let's see if my camera here is fitting. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, what have I done? I also don't have the right deck up. Oh god, amateur streamer alert. Oh no, I need to put this below these. Oh, too far below. There we go. Amateur streamer alert, guys. I didn't have my green screen up today. Okay, we can go ahead and Scorpion on 1. Yeah, that's gonna hit nicely. We want to play it before they dump a bunch of stuff. We can certainly hold Korg here. No real rush. This is the wrong deck list up there. I need to take a screenshot of that. Oh boy, this is not really made for this camera layout, but I was too lazy today to put my green screen. I might actually just AFK real quick and put my green screen up after this game. We'll see. Ooh, well, the raft is actually pretty risky for us. We don't want higher power units, so maybe we're better off transforming the raft here so the opponent does not take advantage of the raft. We can honestly go ahead and commit here too if we want to Iceman and Korg sooner rather than later, which we really do, honestly. Yeah, man, I could actually go all off at once and raft and then storm on 1 turn, but again, I don't actually want the raft. No, I don't need the raft. Screw that. We don't need the raft. The cool thing about committing here is we can always buff later with Cerebro, right? We have a surprising power output that the opponent may or may not expect going into a later turn. Oh, okay. Well, screw me, I guess. Okay. That timing was very sad. I mean, all right, this is obviously a very powerful turn 6 play to create a surprise here. All right, we're just gonna hold. How much did they commit? They're at 7 there. You can only push this to 6. Only push that to 6. I don't think I have any. Oh, well, no, Blue Marvel pushes it to 7. What am I saying? No, Blue Marvel can still win this. Yeah, let's hold in that case. We want to play Marvel on 5. I mean, God, I could do this, but it's so risky. Could do this here too, honestly. So we spend our mana. I can play this on 6 with these, but it might be risky because I could get another card to play with him as well. We have space for Marvel, Cerebro, Mystique, and one more card, right? So I think we can afford to spend here. I need Marvel though on 5. I need it right now. No, I mean I could still try to win. Could still try to win right, but that's going to be almost impossible without Marvel. I can't win mid. I mean, we'll wait and see. It's fine, but this is not looking good, obviously. Storm. Remove vision out. What's their power here going to be? I mean, I'm only going to have 12 anyway, so... almost never beating 12, because this is already 10. Oh, a turn late, bro! No! One turn earlier and you're fine. Can I do anything like this? No, it's never enough, right? Has to be here, but we can't get enough. That only goes to 6. Cerebro's +2. +2. Only +4. These are each 12. Yeah, it's just no way. Guys, let me I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna put my green screen up real quick. I think it's just a lot better view for this, so let me put the green screen up and I will be back in 30 seconds. All right. Oh, I'm floating in space. Literally in space. Power cosmic, Regis. It's the power cosmic. All right, let me take a screenshot of this bad boy and get that graphic up, and then we will keep it rolling. Should I call this Cerebro 6? Because everything's gonna go to, actually go to 7, right? Well, sometimes anyway. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. All these card reviews, and I've been a little sick. I'm gonna lose it, guys. I have a little bit of a dilemma. I normally when we play on stream, I just always tank snaps so that you guys can see the ending of games. I feel like it's nice to give you guys a nice complete experience, but I haven't been ranking up any off stream, so I actually have to rank up. So I can't really just tank snaps quite as blindly as normal. I have to actually kind of play good, which I'm not used to doing on stream. I'm not used to actually playing well in Marvel Snap on stream. We usually win anyway, but you know, I'm not used to disciplined snapping, let's say, on stream. I need to be a little bit more disciplined in my snaps here. All right, here we go. Now we're ready, boys and gals. We have achieved deck list creation. All right. Let's go. All right, Cerebro early. I suspect once I get to know this deck a little bit more confidently, I imagine there will be scenarios where that is snap worthy. You know, anytime I played Patriot decks anyway, I was snapping anytime I saw Patriot. Just happy to you know, that increases your win rate so dramatically when your build around card is in hand that you're just happy to snap early and assume you're heavily favored. Again, I think that will probably happen here with Cerebro as well. We're gonna learn a little bit more in the meantime. I don't know yet exactly how this deck plays, but give me 4 or 5 games and I bet this is a snap. You don't have Invisible Woman, but you like Goose Tech? Yeah, I bet Goose feels good here. I'm playing this list because it was just the one that we found on Twitter. You know, it was just I just spotted it on Twitter. Oh, I gotta be careful here for board space for Cerebro Mystique on 6. So Sinister maybe mid, Yondu right, and then we have Cerebro Mystique left. Plenty. We don't want to build into a Cosmo lane at all. We need to be a little bit careful there. Ooh, Marvel as well. We like Mr. Marvel. We can move here too if needed. They've built mid, so I do want to add some power mid with Marvel, yes. Cerebro alone is still fine next turn if we don't hit the Mystique. We have a 1 and 4 to hit Mystique. Just thinking here, am I gonna fill up right? It would be pretty easy to fill up, or left, excuse me, to beat Lizard, but he might also put Lizard mid, but I could also Yondu mid, so it's not a big risk. Unless it's Cerebro Mystique specifically, in which case I don't gain the edge on Lizard there. But Marvel's worth a lot of power, so hopefully that's okay. Left would be the side we're giving anyway in this scenario. Right, left is our weak lane, so... okay, we hit Cerebro here. Is this the right way to do this? But we didn't hit Mystique. I don't know why I said we hit Cerebro. Obviously, we've had that the whole time. We're going to 15 left. That's enough to win right now. We're also debuffing Lizard. I mean, this is pretty strong. He's empty right. Sarah is always scary. Sarah Miracle can get pretty big, but I like our chances here, actually. This looks okay to me. We're not going to snap because I don't know this deck well enough, and it's turn 6 anyway, but yeah, I think we feel it's certainly okay to hang in here. So they ditched right altogether, yeah. Do we win left is the question. Lizard debuff here seems like it could really be big. We just need to win left or mid. We don't need to win both, so surely we're fine mid, right? Surely we're fine mid. No. Oh god, it's tie. Oh, they win. Oh no, is that enough? Lizard comes back. Oh no, we can't destroy. No, he doesn't. We're fine. Yes. Wakanda saving the day on the Iceman here. We would have dropped to 13. I guess we would have tied. We would have won hard right with a tie anyway, so yeah, that would have been fine. Okay, nice, good win, yeah. Probably should have snapped there, right? Probably should have snapped as soon as we saw Cerebro. Really, really powerful. What a good win, good win. I feel like I know the deck better already after one game only. I feel like I'm an expert. Yeah, we'll Korg early so they have a higher chance of drawing the rock. Now, I haven't really thought about the Invisible Woman a lot in this deck. I guess it's just a good way to hide your Cerebro. Sorry, intern. Hey, Urban Dusk, what's up, man? Oh, it's kind of bad for us. We really don't want this stuff. Okay. This is not looking like a blue Marvel game, right? Because on 5 cards will cost 1 more. So in other words, I think I'm okay to put Fantastic here and then play for Cerebro Mystique later. The thing is, we did lose 1 draw because that hand filling kind of screwed us a little bit. But Limbo means we get a card draw back, so slightly higher chance to get to Cerebro here. Scorpion, you know, we don't want to wait too long to play, but at the same time, Ooh, Storm could be a spicy way to steal here. Huh. Play that on 6, you know? We'll have to see. I don't know. It's if we're favored or not, right? And how long do they hold whatever this Wong combo is supposed to be, right? I don't know what that's gonna be. Angela Invisible. Okay, that's probably just one of their random cards. I mean, is the Wong one of their random cards? That's a pretty unlikely skin to have, right? I got all neutral commons though. That has me thinking, oh, this is bad hand. Will Mystique reveal on that Mr. Fantastic? I think so, right? I think she hits the Mr. Fantastic here, doesn't she? Which is fine. It's clearly not good, but it's fine. So is the opponent gonna hold a significant amount of power this turn? Also, I am not hitting any Cerebro. I'm at 4 here, but it's really 8, assuming that these connect like we think. This is 6 to 5. No. 4 to 5. Maybe I say we give mid here. And we just play for a win left and a win right. We don't think they fill this up with a turn to go, right? So the Ant-Man doesn't buff. So I'm better off putting power here, perhaps. Also getting power off the Fantastics, we think. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try to take a snipe here. I'm going to snap as well. In case... oh, no, that doesn't actually help us. I'm ending the game. I don't think that helps. I think that doesn't do anything, right? I think the snap doesn't do anything. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Oh, yeah, they went Spider-Man, so they did fill left. Are we going to be big enough, though? Yeah, we're going to 10 left, we think, right? Electra gone. That doesn't matter, of course. Either way, 8 enough is enough. I guess we are going to 2 cubes because it's the end of the game, I guess. Yeah, that does work. Storm sneakiness is gonna get us there, man. Cool. Ripped it out from under him. The snap mattered. I think it would still have been at 1, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it went to 2 because of the end of the game, not because of the snap. I honestly have no idea. I don't know how that works. Okay, give me those missions, baby. Still catching up on all my missions. I've never been this behind on stuff. I missed probably, man, 10 days of dailies too, honestly, which is the first time since playing this game. God of War stole my dailies, man. God of War, why don't you count for Marvel Snap dailies, dude? Guess I'm gonna try to save some credits going into the collector tokens, huh? Is Mystique critical? Yeah, pretty critical. Yeah, I think so. She basically doubles your win condition, so I think that's pretty vital. I would feel, I mean, I'm sure you can still win games and stuff, but you know, half the time she's doubling your win condition. It's kind of that simple, really. Ooh, okay. We could go big there. The good thing about our deck actually is it's true that even if we lock this out into turn 4, we have the Cerebro to fix it later. Ebony Maw here indicates some kind of ongoing deck, maybe. Psylocke does not, though, perhaps. Oh, maybe like a Panther deck? No, I don't know. Zola was going to be tough with squirrels anyway. I'm really surprised that they went for the snap on a Squirrel Zola deck. This kind of feels like Black Panther Zola stuff to me, right? Oh, Zola gone. How are they planning to take Kiln now? I don't know. I need to save space for Cerebro Mystique potentially. Could put that in Mojo World. If I want to put Storm in Mojo World though, because I'm worried about getting to 4 cards, then I need to be mindful of that. Because Storm left doesn't really mean or do anything for me. Only drawing 2 more cards. The odds of hitting exactly Cerebro Mystique are pretty freaking slim. Even just a Cerebro though adds a lot of power for us. Okay, Ironheart into Odin maybe later is the plan now. Just buffing these bad boys up a lot. Yeah, there's the Mystique, unfortunately. I mean, if we top deck Cerebro, we're like the happiest people on Earth, but only if we top deck Cerebro. It's going to be so unlikely.
Wind, aid
Marvel's just not really good enough, right? Kind of has to be Cerebro, yeah. Jinxed myself. We're only adding 4 power left. That never beats like an Odin, for instance. Yeah, I don't see it. They almost seem like they're kind of baiting like all this snapping decrees kind of feels like decrees. Wow. Feels a little bit like they're baiting an enchantress, but we don't have it. We just didn't hit our power spike at all. If we hit Cerebro, we definitely play it out for 4. I'd make them have it, you know. They are revealing first, so we wouldn't have even enchantress wouldn't have mattered, I guess. Would have been fine for an enchantress. I think they maybe just had an Odin they were building into or something. Pretty silly. What's the deal with the tokens? So collector, oh my. Collector tokens are a new system to help you unlock targeted cards. There's gonna be like a rotating shop with a card in it every 8 hours, and you can spend your tokens on that card. So if you have a card you really wanted that you're not getting in your normal collection track, you can like save it, freeze it in the shop, and grab it for later. What are the odds I'm actually gonna hit all 2 power units? I'm not ever gonna get a Cerebro though, so it doesn't matter. Jessica Jones, Claw, Nova Roma, Killmonger, okay. Storm, yeah. Storm Jessica Jones is pretty spicy. Let's go ahead and try to set that up. We could even use Claw to short up if we lost it somehow, although that seems so unlikely, right? I think we'll be fine. Better off putting it here in that case? No, because then Claw only has one location to affect. As it stands now, Claw could affect 2 if he goes mid or left. So yeah, this is better. Storm into Jones feels like a very powerful win condition. I'm really surprised the opponent snapped. There's always the chance we're just playing people at infinite. Because I'm normally an infinite player, I'm just not infinite right now because I haven't played this month. So my MMR is probably infinite level and people are probably at rank floor and they're just like, screw off, I don't care, I'm gonna snap every game or whatever, I'm gonna give you cubes, that sort of thing. Might be pretty likely to run into because that's what I do when I'm infinite, I know. Oh, brood from me there. Do they have my Cerebro is the question, because my god, does that change everything. Cerebro there pushes them to 18. I would only ever have 16, even with Claw. Man, that's... Did they really hit a better... Well, I can't go Mystique, though. That might be good enough. Let's think about that. We could also perhaps Killmonger off the Iceman. The Nova, though, adds almost as much power, so it would kind of be a math problem. I don't know. Let's see. Do they hit Cerebro? The good news is we know they don't have Cerebro Mystique, at least. Oh, they do have the Cerebro. Okay. So, man, that is a real pain. When the opponent plays your deck better than you. I can win, right? But to what end, right? To what end? To no end, right? I just can't win mid or left. Did they actually hit the nuts Cerebro deck, dude? I'm so annoyed. What is their deck? I didn't get anything sensible. What is all this garbage? Come on, man. That's like seeing my deck in action and I'm not even playing it, man. It's annoying. Jeez, brutal. At least we got to see it work, you know? It's nice to see the deck succeed. That's worth something. All right, Cerebro in hand early. Let's go ahead and snap. I don't know. This hand looks solid to me. Visible Woman Cerebro in particular seems like it could be pretty spicy. We're going to test this early snap with Cerebro in hand. I think if you're going to take cubes with this game, you have to do it with some Cerebro confidence, right? You need to be confident. On reveal twice. Does that really do anything for our deck? Like Brood or Mr. Sinister, I guess, kind of gives us some freebies. Cerebro Mystique doesn't matter. No, ongoing doesn't matter. I mean, we do know that this is a safe lane, at least for Cerebro. And if they're investing power into Sunspot anyway, Our Cerebro lane's usually our weakest power lane. We usually want flank power if we can, like whatever the other two adjacent or the two other locations are. So if they're committing power here, in other words, this might be a good lane to already go ahead and commit to losing, if that makes sense. We're just gonna go ahead and lose mid. Wow, the double Iceman is gross. Thankfully it didn't really hit the cards I care most about, but still, imagine if it had pushed like Cerebro to 5 or something. Oh no! Well, I guess that's okay. Just playing off of these mostly, but like Brood's not gonna get buffed now. Ah, shoot. Dang it. That's annoying. Actually better off playing this later for Mystique, aren't I? I'm stupid. I got excited. Oh no, it doesn't matter because it's not revealing. Actually, it doesn't matter. Boy, how painful is this now? Just follow this up with a Sinister next turn, but how am I ever winning a second lane here? She goes to 6. There's no way I'm winning a second lane. The Wakandan embassy just screws me, right? Okay, they are all in on mid.
Aid my hand.
All in on mid. Okay. I have no power mid. I'm never winning mid. Mr. Fantastic right plus just whatever garbage. Are they gonna commit left or are they gonna give left? Maybe I just have to get by with this, but then next turn's really bad, right? I'm overcommitting left, honestly. It's too much. It's too much left. All right, we're gonna try to do it this way. I don't know, man. I don't think it's very good, but oh, they played nothing left. Okay, my non-overcommitment actually worked out really nicely for us. Okay, so now we actually have a shot, I think. So we're adding 12 here organically, but then it's gonna be another 12. It's 24. Assuming they don't somehow sneak power left, we should be good, right? Hey, Pokey, man, thanks for the 5-person raid. That's really nice. Well, Wakanda Embassy is the #1 reason you stopped playing Cerebro. Yeah, I mean, surely we're okay, right? This is gaining another 4, so it's beating like Dr. Doom and stuff. Did I already snap? I already did. Yeah. Okay. We're going big right. Oh my God, that's fine though. We beat that. We beat that, right? Did we say? Or we tie that maybe? Do we tie that? Oh, I think we tie that. It's 24. Oh, shoot. We lose a tie, unfortunately. Oh my God. How do we lose a tie, dude? That's so brutal. Oh, they skipped 5. I didn't really do the math, but man, kind of thought it was just a sunspot. I've seen this deck a few times this week, and I've never seen this before in my life. And, well, I guess I saw it in like pool 2, but the Infinite Jessica Jones sunspot stuff. I don't know when this popped up, but I need to start thinking about it more. Like, you know, you never really had to worry about an honest Infinite in pool 3. Kind of insane to think about. Hey, Fresh Lobster, man, thanks for the 74-person raid. That's really nice. Welcome. Fresh Lobster, folks. I've seen some of your YouTube videos. Seem to be doing really well. Seems to be working nicely. Let's get an early Korg here. Get this rock in ASAP. Misty Knight. Okay, this might be a Patriot deck. Mirror Dimension on 4, transform on the locations. Okay, Crimson Cosmos might limit us later. Let's leave ourselves a little bit of flexibility here. We do need a lane for potentially Cerebro Mystique. We need 2 spots there. Iceman Right could help us get that. That's fine. It's really not a huge overcommitment for us to develop mid just in case here, because we can, even if we're playing the Fantastic here, we can always add power later, right? It's not a total loss for us to lock a lane up. Armor's fine. Okay, Armor and Misty Knight together. Oh. Well, now we're screwed. Yeah, that did it. Now we can't play Cerebro. I have only Blue Marvel to play left, literally in my entire deck. I mean, I can play Cerebro mid if I save this spot, I guess. It can help me win mid, but it doesn't really ever help me win left. We have to assume they have cards to play left. Mr. Fantastic mid also contributes a little. I mean, I have really gotten screwed by Patriot Armor, huh? Oh, of course, dude. Of course, dude. God dang it. All right, we gotta retreat. That went about as poorly as possible. Got some inspiration from your Dino Destroyer deck as well. Thanks to that. Oh, thanks, man. Glad it's. I don't even know where that came from, to be honest. But I'm not even sure that's my deck. To be frank, we might have just pulled that from a meta site or something. I don't remember. Maybe no. I think I made that one. Is that like a pool 2 deck? No, I think I did make that. Okay, we've been on a not great stretch with this deck so far, I gotta say. Not loving our luck so far, but we'll turn it around, guys, I believe. Okay, let's empty our hand a little bit for this one. I don't want to. Well, we could storm this, I guess, if we want to take a storm on it. I don't mind drawing 3 though, honestly, because these are definitely some of our worst cards. I mean, maybe that changes if we hit Cerebro, but without Cerebro in hand, we probably want to change things up. Brood right kind of screws me a little. I mean, you don't have to have Cerebro Mystique on the same lane, right? So it maybe doesn't, but we can't play them left is the issue. We just keep dude, these location. This deck is really location dependent, we're finding out, aren't we? Man. All right, let's trade this hand in. Let's just storm here so that we can still commit some power. It's fine. Thankfully they're not developing here. Probably gonna play mid for a destroy lane a little bit. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Really, on the hood lane, huh? Interesting. All right. We could definitely use Mr. Fantastic to pull back some power later, but so could Blue Marvel. If I don't have Cerebro or Mystique right now, so that's not really a big concern for us, is it? Maybe we Blue Marvel here and then Fantastic 6 on mid. I mean, Cerebro might be better if we find him, but for now this looks okay. Can we beat this with a Blue Marvel snipe and or a Mr. Fantastic snipe, I think is the question. Moon Girl gone, Quinjet and Demon. Okay, that actually loses to a Blue Marvel snipe. Ooh, Blue Marvel Mystique in particular is actually kind of spicy. That's worth a lot of power. I don't know what they're gonna have to commit left. Nothing. Okay. Victory. Hey, we take the win. That feels good. Even though we hit no Cerebro, we got bad location screwed. I think we take that. Hi, Regis. I watch your YouTube, but usually can't watch the stream. Cerebro is my favorite pool 3 deck, but yes, it's so location dependent. I had to switch. What made you play Cerebro today? Well, number one, I've never really played much Cerebro. This has been one of my kind of gap decks. I've played most everything else. Number two, I saw a list on Twitter that hit infinite, which is this list by Kakazu. So I thought, well, this is a good excuse as any to play Cerebro. I thought it'd make a fun video. I've kind of been trying to spotlight, you know, major archetypes in Marvel Snap in videos. And Cerebro's one that I hadn't done yet. So just a nice alignment of goals and so on. Dang it. Shuri's Lap makes both of these locations screw Cerebro, right? I don't want, I mean, sewer system also screws Cerebro. What in the world do I do now? I guess I can make that my Cerebro lane and try to buff the other lanes, but how do I win sewer system in that regard, right? I don't know how to win sewer system. How long have I been playing Marvel Snap? Since the early access. I wasn't in the like friends and family test that some people did, but since you know, right before then. Oh, how on earth do we win, dude? Scorpion now and sewer system, like is this what it's like to play a Cerebro deck, guys? Because so far I'm not over the moon about it. I gotta be honest. So far, it's not going great. Cerebro -1, yeah. Hey Dexter, dude, what's up, by the way? So I guess it was like May, like late May, I think, to answer your question more specifically. Dude, I don't, this is like 1 power location over here. I mean, they go back to 2 with Storm, I guess, or this one does anyway. Maybe that's okay for Cerebro, I don't know. Mr. Fantastic actually does go to 2 now, doubling, I guess, right? So that's kind of nice. They got a 2 and a 2 and some 2s. Mr. Sinister can also go mid now and double to 2. So actually the Scorpion, I guess, kind of helped me out now that I'm looking at it closer. Didn't realize that at first, but maybe we'll bail out of this after all, right?
Wind, aid my hand.
If every lane has a 2, I mean, maybe there's something we can do. Oh my goodness. So these go to 2. Do we do this now? Well, yeah, because it's invisible. I mean, it's totally fine, right? So we just look for a blue Marvel, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, shoot, it's a shot, right? How are we in this game right now? I don't know how we're in this game right now. I mean, I don't think it's worth a snap because we're so far behind and it's weird. But we're in the game. Oh, that guy doesn't become a 2. That's kind of sad. I kind of thought that guy would be a 2. We don't beat left though. We only go to 9, right? Yeah. Odin Iceman screwed me, dude. Can we ever win mid? We're adding going to 7 and another 8 is 15. It's not impossible, right? Do we win right? We're adding 8. It's 14. I don't think this usually ever wins, but maybe it's worth playing into. I don't know. And I'm adding 12 here. What did I say? No, that's not right. We're going to 19 here. It's really about winning right. Can we win right? Right? We're only going to be adding 8 here, which is 14. They're very likely to win right because Angela's scaling. Literally any 1 power unit. We pretty much always lose this. A sane person here would retreat, but I'm just gonna see what happens. For you guys, it's fun. It's fun for you guys. It's pretty much a guaranteed loss, but we'll do it for you. Oh, Korg's going to 4. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it's 100% a guaranteed loss. Oh, you idiot Korg. It was a guaranteed loss anyway, but Korg really screws it. I hate playing this deck. It's so stupid. Korg, what have you done? That's probably why I did the math the first time as 8 when I said +8 the first time, right? I probably the first time around it counted for Korg, and the second time it did not account for Korg, as I forgot halfway through the turn. Having seen Thor, Korg is indeed an idiot. Yeah, for real. Can we get a good location? Oh, X Mansion screws us too. Man, this deck is tough with locations. You really have to play so close on your snaps, I think. We basically need X Mansion to be a 2 power or less card, which, how do you do this? How do you win? How do you win? How does this deck ever hit infinite? Because you're screwed in half your games immediately. Just immediately screwed in half your games. How do I concoct some like crazy scenario here? I mean, maybe we just get something so big on expansion that we can win it naturally, right? Maybe we could just win it naturally. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's just win it naturally. Like, you know, we get an infinite and they get, you know, whatever, some garbage. That's the plan. Yeah, 7 power out of Mancha would help too. Yeah, that'd be fine. We get a vision, they get a 0. I didn't literally mean 0. The card 0. I guess I could have stormed this, by the way, but even then 0 screws me, so it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, maybe that's actually how we win this. Maybe, oh, 0's active though. Okay, maybe we just win this with a storm when they're not ready, right? And then we win mid and we're fine. That's the plan. We just win it with storm. Because they're not ready. 7 somehow is big enough, we say. And then we win mid somehow on 6. If they snap, we're out of this so fast you won't even believe it. But if they don't snap, we'll play it out. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. 9 is not enough to beat Carnage, unfortunately. But you know, if they don't have it, maybe. I think we'll win mid usually. We're adding 4 per mid, so we're adding you know, a chill 16 mid. That's not bad. 2 there too. Moonbro Nova. Okay. So Killmonger doesn't add anything left. He removes 2, but it adds 2. So we're like favored left, right? Are we favored mid adding 16? They need to add an 11 power unit mid, but also need to add something right, because technically we're still winning right. They have to play something right. We haven't seen enough for Death to be played with something else because no wave. Moon Girl Death not good enough yet either, because only 1 destroy so far, right? I think we have this. Oh, Killmonger does beat these. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that eats 2. Oh, yeah, that's a tie then. Oh, and 0 too, actually. Oh, Killmonger does beat me, maybe. We go to 21 and 12 is 33 and 2 is 35. It's 38 with Killmonger. Oh, yeah, Killmonger can beat us for sure. Well, we'll play it out, but yeah, there's definitely ways to lose. Sentinel. Do we win mid still though, maybe? I don't think so, right? I definitely don't win right anyway, so it doesn't matter, but... Dang it, dude. This deck cannot win. You just constantly get screwed. You're just always screwed! How do you win with this deck, man? I just don't see it. Yeah, why didn't they snap with a Killmonger in hand? I don't know what they were scared of. Like, I played my best possible thing, right? I think I played the thing that was most powerful for my deck. Can we get 1 game where the locations don't screw us somehow? Please? Please? Just 1? I just ask for 1, that's all. 1 nice game with no location screw. Ant-Man mid, okay. Ooh. Okay, that's a little awkward. We can put our Cerebro there though, no problem. Not a big risk. The Cerebro, you know, that we totally have in hand right now. 1 drops left for a Killmonger looks pretty nice. So Korg is good there. Sinister we can put right anytime. Fantastic we can probably dump mid as well, because we're not really worried about him losing the stats. That's fine. We're looking to push power to the flanks here. Okay, Colossus, that's a fun fit. Cosmo and Cerebro. All right, now we're cooking a little bit. I wonder what my opponent got. So this looks like a destroyer ongoing kind of thing. Both Spectrum and Destroyer perhaps as their win conditions. They got Wakanda 2 already for that, which can be pretty nice. I am wondering if we snap or not with both Cerebro and Blue Marvel in hand. I'm trying to think about how to utilize this combo to beat them. It could maybe disrupt a Spectrum if we find a good line for Spectrum at some point. Thinking about whether to snap without Mystique or not. It seems a little bit risky, but with Cerebro in hand, we're going to try this Cerebro snap always. Plan and see if it feels good or not. I don't know if it'll feel good or not. Mr. Fantastic getting debuffed pretty substantially, but that's okay. Give me that power outside, Mr. Fantastic. Oh, they got Mr. Fantastic maybe. Although that's not the same skin as mine. So I think that's theirs actually. Ooh, very spicy. Okay. So the question here is, are we playing Marvel on 5? And where are we playing him? Left, and then Cerebro, Mystique wherever we want, really. They don't have to go mid. They can go right. That's fine. They can go mid too. That's fine too. Are we ever playing Cosmo on 5 to try to disrupt a potential Spectrum? The issue is we just don't know where to do that, right? It's just that we don't have a place where that makes sense. Sure wish I had a better curve fit here, dude. Cosmo at 2 fits, but then if I'm playing Marvel on 5, I could maybe play Sinister and Brood together later, but then Cosmo has nowhere to really go because he disrupts anyway. Yeah, I think for now, this curve sucks, but it's what we got. It's the curve that we have, so be it. Okay. Marvel on 5. Cerebro Mystique on 6. That's pretty nice. Everybody's gaining +5, or at least all my 2 power guys are gaining. Oh god, sorry. Oh god, sorry. I swear to god, sometimes I click that and it just doesn't register, or I'm clicking off the edge or something. I don't know what I'm doing, but wow, they are very protected. They are very, very protected. Where would a Spectrum go here? A Destroyer could go anywhere still. They certainly don't mind clearing off the Ant-Man. So Destroyer could go left or mid or right, but where would a Spectrum go? We just don't know, right? So I think we play Blue Marvel. This just doesn't have enough ways to reliably counter Spectrum. I think we put the Blue Marvel here since they've got more power here. We're a freer win right. So
I am
-1 Iron Man. Oh my. Okay, that's a little bit more difficult to beat, maybe. Cerebro Mystique adds 8 to the right. That ties a Destroyer. They have to play something left. They're gonna play Spectrum left, right? If I play a Cosmo left, they go to 13. They add 5. That's still enough to win, right? He doesn't, in other words, it doesn't need the Iron Man buff to win. Like, that's still enough. They added 10 anyway. But does Cosmo plus Cerebro win? Because they go to 13. Actually, they add 10, so they go to 18. I add a lot. I win like this, right? If they play Spectrum left, I win, right? I think this is fine. Genius. Yeah. Nice, dude. The Cosmo going to 2 helped a little too. Actually helped a lot, but yeah, genius, dude. Oh, she's only 4. I didn't even think about that. With the Scorpion debuff, even less power added. Nice. Good heads up win there. Not exactly how we planned to win, but you know, that was a kind of a good reminder to play the game and not your deck. Because if we played our deck there, I don't think we would have gotten it, right? I didn't actually double check the map. I don't think so. She would have added a boatload of power left. Countering the Spectrum on reveal was better than getting an extra 6 power from a Mystique, right? That was worth basically 12 power because of the Iron Man scaling. So you got to play sometimes the game and not your deck. Because that wasn't the best play for our deck, but it was the best play for the game. This looks like the exact same matchup. Okay, nowhere is interesting. That could definitely limit a little bit. Now this looks like it's going to be a power lane for them, so this could be a good lane for me to put my Mystique cards in, my Cerebro Mystique stuff. Maybe we sacrifice this lane, right? Wow. Talk about a perfect destroy your deck location setup here. Oh my god, dude. Guys, I really hate this so much. Okay. This is like 2 of the same 3 locations we got last game. Oh, Cosmo screws me actually. Well, excuse me for Mystique, but not really. We can just have Invisible Woman over there, that's fine. It's not really the end of the world, right? These aren't really gonna do an on reveal in either location now, and I certainly don't want to play them left, so let's just play these as bodies here. They are just 2s. They are both just 2s. Negative zone, I can't really beat a destroyer out there. I could maybe beat a spectrum line. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Warpath. Yeah, that's gonna be a really tough lane to beat. We just, I mean, I can go Storm Brood maybe. My ever-winning mid though. I don't think so, but they haven't snapped, so we're chill to see how this goes, right? Wow, killing the Warpath immediately? Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's definitely a pickle. I mean, that's not great. Is there ever a world where they just trust they win here? And what do I go to? I go to, I've got -8 and that's 6. I go to 1 here actually, right? I'll have 6 and 3 from the, no, I'll have 4th move. I'll go to 2. I mean, is there a chance I win both mid and right? It's really tiny chance. I think they'd really have to fumble this game in order for that to happen. I think they usually play, well, they can't play Spectre mid. They can certainly play a Destroyer mid. That'd be fine for them. I mean, listen, you should always retreat here if you're a sensible human being, but I'll play it out so we can see what happens. I'm gonna tank one for you guys here. It's probably Destroyer mid, yeah. That's what we feel.
Wind, aid my hand.
Pretty silly. I usually went to 4. Why am I so bad at math? What did I say? I thought I was going to 2. Pretty hard counter for us there with 2 on reveal blocks and a negative stat block, both forcing the storm there. Could have no, we couldn't storm and brood left. That wouldn't be enough. Reveals wouldn't work. It's only 2 stats. We'd lose right always. So yeah, again, like I said, you should retreat that one, but I like playing them out for you guys so you can see how it goes, you know. I'll sacrifice a couple cubes here and there for the sake of the viewer experience, right? You guys earn it. You deserve some love. Man, we've been getting a lot of Crimson Cosmos today and a lot of Negative Zone today. We're still gonna snap this anyway, though. I'm having faith with Cerebro Mystique in hand, even though I can't play any cards in one location. I shouldn't snap this. This is really dumb. I should retreat. Can I retreat? Maybe they'll retreat because they're scared. Come on. No. I can only play 1 card here. How can I possibly win? Get a thing that destroys this location for me. Come on. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Okay, we are just losing. No, why are locations so bad for this? Am I just on a bad variance streak, or is this every single time? Oh, even that's bad. I don't even want that. I can't. That puts this to 4. This deck, dude, is just cursed. I I've already snapped now, so there's really no reason to retreat yet, right? We can wait a minute, but to what end, I don't know. So this goes to 8, and then we're down by 7 here. Actually, Mojo gets bigger. He goes to 21 there. I go to 8. I can't make up the distance to 21, right? I can only add. No, I do add 16 actually. 4x4. Theoretically, that's a win there minus Spectrum, but I can never win left, right? I just don't ever win left like this. Okay, there's a Spectrum place. I can't win right or left or mid. I'm just gonna, we don't have time for this. Every single location is bad for us, right? Snapping was silly on Crimson Cosmos. It's so silly. I shouldn't have done that. That's silly. Yeah, I would say we haven't really had one perfect game yet, you know? Not one game where the locations have really lined up that well for us. Even that's a pretty terrible location. Where are just like the ongoing doubles? And like, I feel like the location suite today is completely wrecking me, man. I don't know about this. I like Iceman a little bit better a little later in the game, so he's more likely to have filtered to like a 4-cost card or something that's more like combo centric. Oh, that's cool. Deny your discard. That's actually fine for me. I don't mind that. That's okay. We can move dudes around, no problem. In fact, it might be a little bit better to put Brood there to kind of disperse those stats. Yeah. Leave this open on 6 for Cerebro Mystique stuff. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ooh, that's a witch. Oh. Okay, it's fine. I would say this is the most acceptable round of locations we've had in a few games, actually. Yeah. This looks fine. You see triple ruins, it's over. Yeah, that's right. That's what I need. Triple ruins, baby. I hate this deck. I understand. Okay, so this means I'm basically doing, no, not nothing next turn necessarily, but probably very little. The big issue here, of course, is we don't have any 3 of our power cards right now. No Blue Marvel, no. In other words, we're gonna need a runner draw here. We need Blue Marvel this turn, and then we're gonna need. Oh no, actually we can't. We don't get 3 draws. We only have 2 draws left. I don't know what we're gonna need. We need something we don't have. Cerebro first and foremost, right? That's step number 1 always. We need Cerebro number 1. Okay, yeah, this is pretty bad. We're gonna have 2 spots left mid next turn. Cerebro Storm is possible, but that's kind of best case scenario. Even then, we're only adding 8 power per location. So, man, 4 of our cards left in deck, 3 of them are buffers. It's tough. Really tough. This deck is super inconsistent. I can't imagine having the patience to play this to infinite. You'd have to have just the most, you know, precisely careful snaps. You'd have to be so disciplined, which I certainly am. Oh, on reveals. No. Oh, nowhere is absolutely wrecking me here, dude. I got so excited for a second. Can I hit a Cerebro? Is it enough is another question, right? We'll hit Mystique because it's useless, right? Oh, I hit Scorpion. Literally the bottom 3 cards in my deck. Oh my god, dude.
Escaped.
I was excited to try this deck until I saw it in action. Me too. We dropped 1.5 ranks already. Oh, I mean, I've given it a couple of 2-cube games so you guys can see them. So, I mean, to be fair, we probably only really dropped 1 rank if we were playing correctly, but playing for stream, you always lose a few extra cubes here and there, I think. Oh, hey, okay. I don't really have a good way to use that, but I mean, let's like play Storm over here because they're not likely to play anything here. I'm gonna dump a bunch of power. They're never gonna be able to beat that next turn with only 2 power, right? So we'll just go big right and lock that lane. They never play here. Everybody always plays left, right? You don't screw with it. So how are they ever going to be able to add 6 power next turn on 2 energy, right? It's just not possible. Moon Girl. Okay. Early moon. Oh, they got 3 power. That probably makes their life a little better. They never beat 6 anyway, though. Never ever beat 6. Quick happening while everybody says that's theoretically fine, right? Because we really are probably more like 12 there. We hope, right? Double Nova. Wow. Okay. Sure. We can spend our energy. Yeah. I mean, we're running out of locations to play, but we really only need 2 cards anyway, so. It's kind of on the hunt for what's his name now. Looks like this is an eat to me. They're not gonna lock this location up this early. Yep, there's the eat. Okay. The debuff here on Scorpion actually doing some work. That's nice. Only Nova. No Taskmaster to think about yet. I mean, do we play this now? Because I mean, really, what are we always playing? Blue Marvel into Cerebro Mystique, right? If we don't get Blue Marvel next turn, we play Cerebro. If we don't get Cerebro, we play anything that only occupies 1 spot is fine. And then we hope the top deck Cerebro on the final turn, right? I guess we could put the Sinister here. Mystique certainly doesn't have to be in the same lane as Cerebro. But then that means I can never Blue Marvel into Cerebro Mystique if I do hit all 3. It's pretty unlikely, but I think that's okay. Let's play for a bit of a high roll. It's gonna be hard to beat that Venom lane anyway if we're committing, you know, Cerebros and stuff there. I think it's okay. Oh dude, I forgot Xandar. Oh, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Xandar is okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Because these are already winning anyway. I totally forgot Xandar was screwing us, but it's all okay. It's fine. We're winning right, which is what matters. Yeah, now we can go Cerebro Mystique into whatever we top deck other than Blue Marvel. Yeah, that's totally fine. I guess Enchantress is always a, you know, threat, but we'll work it out. Yondu's okay. I should have actually probably snapped, right? We should snap here. We probably should have already snapped. We're too late. It's a turn too late, but do we have to worry about like Zola or anything? Yeah, totally dead. Wrong order there. I'm adding 16 here, 28. Adding a lot here, so it's not a risk of Zola. Taskmaster, Zola. I'm just trying to think if there's anything that beats us. You Taskmasters, yeah, okay. We should have snapped the turn. Still, we'll take the win. We'll take the win. We actually win a game. Really nice. Really nice. Double Death? I don't think Double Death beat us either, but I'd have to check. We did see the Moon Girl early, so it could have been Double Death, yeah. Okay, yeah, Ice. Well, I do like Iceman a little bit more mid-game, I think. More likely to hit a key mid-game combo piece or something. Okoye. Oh boy. No, not my Iceman. Oh my. Okay. Cerebro in hand. Boy, we do like two things. We like Asgard being a win, so playing Cerebro sooner rather than later kind of makes sense there. It is, of course, risky, though, because it exposes it to being countered. And it also means I cannot mystique it reliably. Perhaps for now, we just wait and see if we want to do that or not. Okay, that helps us win Asgard again, maybe. Because Mystique changes things, potentially, right? Turn 5, okay. Like, maybe we go into turn 4 with the Cerebro and hope to have found a Mystique by then, right? I'm not playing it, but if I do that, though, Invisible Woman's not really where I'm playing it. I'm playing it on Pegasus, probably. Nakia here, okay. I don't know what this deck is. White Tiger, Nakia, some on-reveal stuff, I guess. Boy, I don't think we need to commit the Cerebro, right? Mr. Fantastic adds a little power they might not be expecting, so that kind of... Oh, okay. Kind of solves the same problem, I guess. All right. Man, I'd like to get one more, like, really clean game with this deck before I go. Be nice to get one more. Well, just one, really. Xandar. Okay, Xandar can throw a little bit for us. Might be fine to put our non-twos there, though. Put Cerebro Mystique stuff there, I guess. Everybody else has to be careful, though. There's a lot of units, but no boosters just yet, really. Oh, could be a spicy play left, right? I kind of like it. Marvel and Cerebro together. I mean, this is looking pretty good. Armor, okay. We're never winning left anyway, so that's kind of fine. We don't mind that. Shadowland does occupy a lot of space for us. This means Marvel kind of has to go on the hub here, which means I'm probably playing Cerebro left. Am I holding for a Mystique, though, is the question. We're gonna not snap until I see Mystique, because this is still a lot of power in this deck that's hard to beat. Okay. Cannot play any of these left because they'll go to 3/4 with Blue Marvel. So if I'm gonna spend any energy here, it has to be on Cerebro. If I spend energy on Cerebro here, I can only Mystique a Blue Marvel, which certainly isn't terrible, but it's not as good as Cerebro. Can't play Blue Marvel left. So, okay. This gives up the Mystique. It does allow me a potential Infinite pivot, though. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna be patient. We're gonna play for the turn 6 Mystique. I'm winning left anyway, so it's like, what's the hurry? I only have one spot left to play, literally at all. So let's just play for the turn 6 Mystique. And it's a little bit more surprising that way, too, for the Cerebro, so... I think it's beneficial for 2 reasons. But yeah, if we hit the 1 and 4 Mystique here, we're gonna be over the moon, right?
I am.
Ooh, that's always scary. Spectrum here makes that very big. We're gonna have to do some math. Yeah, no Mystique, which means unfortunately I can't play any of these cards because Xandar will push them out of range. So I'm only adding 8 power per location. That puts me at 20. And 16. 20 mid in particular is just not good enough, right? Because that means they only need to add 6 power to win mid. So something like Spectrum adds 4, even if she's not played there. And of course, if she's played there, she's adding 9, which means I am losing every location. If I play Fantastic, that costs me even more stats, right? He goes to 4, that debuffs everybody else. Yeah, it's not enough. That Iron Man kind of beats us, unfortunately.
Escaped.
Yeah, pretty tough. I think Destroyer beats us. I think, well, Destroyer doesn't always beat us, I guess, but Ties right, maybe? No, I don't know if Destroyer does beat us, but Spectrum beats us enough, and any small card really beats us mid, so I think we have to respect the Iron Man, basically. Hey, Hammerton, what's up, man? Okay, no power cards. Dude, is Crimson Cosmos the hot location? I swear to God, we've rolled this 5 times tonight. It's so bad for our deck. I literally have 1 card I can play there. I don't understand our luck. We have rolled it every single game. It's like, well, your deck's buffed, but your hand is not. Screw your hand in particular. Okay. Fantastic lets me put a little more power there. Electro, Ebony Maw stuff. Okay, some big sneaky stuff going on here, I guess. I don't even know what exactly. Electro, they actually kind of want to die, right? They're like sort of happy if it dies because they wipe the ongoing effect. We might be able to just storm here and try to recover these stats later, right? Or just dump next turn too. We're probably still putting Blue Marvel left always though, so this is gonna be tough. I don't know. Oh, okay. It's pretty weak actually. You went leader this turn?
Aid my hand.
All right, that's locked up, and I'm already at 6. So Blue Marvel sets up the tie, and then Cerebro can set up the win if we find it. I kind of hate that I'm not putting any direct power here though, because it's so free if I do. But then you have to ask yourself, like, is Blue Marvel really enough to win, right? If I hit Cerebro or Mystique though, I win, right? I think it's worth it to spend the mana here on this now. We have basically 2 hits that win right in that scenario. Now Wong definitely can create some shenaniganery. We did hit the Mystique, okay. Oh, okay, they didn't have it, all right. Works out. I don't know what they were even going for with Wong. Tiger maybe, but then that doesn't win left ever. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, that's a good one. Are there a couple few consensus best decks? Yeah, there's Arrow Death is pretty good. Sarah Miracle's pretty good. That really breaks our deck. Maybe we just give that location altogether, right? I don't know. Oh, we can storm it, I guess. Yeah, we can storm it. No, it doesn't break our deck. We're fine. We have storm. We have storm. There's a lot of Destroyer ongoing stuff, like Spectrum Destroyer stuff that's really good. People play that a lot. I feel like I'm forgetting one other one that's pretty good. Aw, Iceman, you'd be so nice there. Ice is nice. Ooh, Mojo World. All right, this curve's a little funky right now. We've got a lot of kind of awkwardly expensive cards in hand. Mystique Cerebro, though, is certainly very, very cool. Yeah, I don't mind that. That means I don't have to play a 4th card there at least. Oh, okay, that just ruined the whole deck. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know. That ruined the whole deck. So we just kind of lose now, I guess. I don't know. 9 power monster, dude. Every location breaks this deck. I don't know how this is possible. It's really crazy. Can you add more draw? There's not really any card draw on Marvel Snap. There's Adam Warlock, but he's really not that useful. And no, it's not that we're not finding what we need. It's just that every location counters this deck so hard. We are getting giga countered every time. We're not out of the game yet, so it's okay. We're still, you know, we got a potential here to do some sneaky stuff with Mr. Fantastic and everything, but Bullseye? I don't even know what that means. What's Bullseye mean? I mean, we could always snap and bluff this. This looks, maybe, I don't think that's a bot, but maybe, I don't know. It's playing a little weird. I guess they're taking forever. Blue Marvel. Okay, that's from me. Yeah, they probably have another one too because White Queen went off twice. So do I beat a second Blue Marvel? I mean, they get nothing left for Blue Marvel. Cerebro actually adds 2 power here. Is that the most significant option that I have? Because I can't really beat White Queen anyway, right? I'm only adding 6. I mean, I guess that technically kind of does. Oh, I'm actually adding 9 with Blue Marvel. Yeah, I guess that's technically okay. Yeah, it's worth a shot, guys. Let's try it. I don't know. I think it's worth a shot. Feels like a bot, maybe, so worth a shot. Looks like we might win mid, actually. Okay. That's a Blue Marvel again. That doesn't add enough, so if that's what that is. Arrow gone. What was this deck? Oh, it's Leader. Oh, crap. Oh, dude. Leader does enough. I am so sick of Leader, dude. How frustrating. Alright, Leader wins. Cerebro the Blue Marvel? Maybe you mean Mystique the Blue Marvel, but Cerebro is not Mystique. Cerebro and Blue Marvel don't do anything. Bullseye not in the game yet. Bullseye's not that 5-cost guy, right? What's that guy called? He's called Black Bolt. No, I don't think there's a Bullseye in the game yet, man. Okay. Jotunheim's tough. That means we're unlikely to get buffs there, but we can make that the Cerebro lane. So that's okay. Dark Dimension's fine, or we could Storm Jotunheim as well, right? That's fine too. Yeah, that's fine. We can Cerebro Dark Dimension. That's totally good. Sunspot gone. Okay. Scorpion is hot garbage. Makes her deck so much worse. Ongoing effects disabled is fine. I can still play off of other, like if I get a Mr. Sinister or whatever right now, it's fine. Fortunately, with Yondu, you know, we've already played a 2, so we can't go off these 1s, right? Iceman's another 2. Yeah, let's put him here. And let's put Mr. Fantastic here to contest this a little bit. This adds 3 now and up to 4 later, right? Which is pretty good. The real challenge here is how are we ever going to get enough power to the right? We could put Brood here now, but we're just adding no power later. We're capped at 4 if we do that. So I kind of like having the Iceman here. Is the extra 2 worth anything there? This puts 2 mid. Mr. Fantastic could definitely snipe mid a surprise power dump too, but then we're only ever adding 4 power to each spot. I think I need more here. Because I think there's a pretty good chance I just win flooding organically, which that seems to be the case. So I need like a Mr. Sinister right or something, right, to create more power pressure right. Because I don't think we're ever winning mid. Ah, yeah, Mr. Sinister. Okay, perfect. Okay, Mystique plus something next turn, right, is the plan. Hopefully like you know, a Yondu or something, just something to put right. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Korg is fine. So we beat a Doctor Doom. We actually even beat a White Tiger left. We go to 8 plus 16, 24, right? That feels pretty good. I'm thinking there might be a Enchantress though. He's pointing a lot. This is a deck that's running some control cards. I'm seeing an Enchantress here, to be honest. I'm reading Enchantress pretty hard. We beat Enchantress. I am actually revealing first somehow because of the stupid Mr. Fantastic. So Enchantress will silence both of my units. Of course. I don't beat Enchantress. We only have 8. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Oh, but it's end of game, right? No, that still matters. That still matters, right? It still matters. We'll see. I got a lot of cards here anyway. I don't know. Kind of nervous. Angela, Nightcrawler, Blizzard, and Claw. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Nice, dude. Let's go. Good win. Actually kind of perfect for once. I mean, not really, because we got some debuffs and stuff, but you know, the nice 24 power here. We got the double. That's pretty good. That's a good win. Interesting that it didn't copy Yondu. No, they go in order when they're revealed all at once, but also I think I actually technically played them in the right order anyway, right? So, but like Invisible Woman's the same way. It counts the most recently revealed, I guess, is the trick there. All right, Yondu's good. Cosmogon, okay, that doesn't usually counter us too hard, but good to know. Oh, those are kind of a dead location. That's like kind of wasted, right? Okay, I don't know if this shows my hand too much, but maybe it does. But I think it'll be okay. This helps me snipe the storm here pretty well. I think they're committing right as a power dump. Okay. Oh, shoot. All right, we can actually Mr. Sinister that, so that's not the end of the world, honestly. And Mr. Sinister will often outscale the Angela. Now, they can buff the Angela by throwing cards away here, but I don't know how much they're going to want to do that. I'm really locking them out here. I probably should snap, actually. Oh my god, dude, this game just got really tight really fast. But I think this does favor me, actually. So the only ways I have to go right, I don't have any, dude, everything's flooded. Oh god. I don't have any way to buff anything, right? This is all I have. This is it. This is all we have. Yeah, Brood would be insane. Yeah, Brood would be great. Yeah. I don't know, man. We can't get a Cerebro down, so we're just on raw stats here, right? The crazy thing is that they have nowhere else to play, so they're actually going to be able to buff their Angela quite a bit, just throwing away cards, right? Juggernaut, okay. Oh, there's that Brood I really needed. So I guess I'm kind of screwed, right? I can't. Everything gets destroyed, right? Brood would have been amazing to try to keep up with this Angela, but as it stands, I can't do anything. As long as they're able to get this. Oh, they don't have it. They really can't. They buff it by playing any card there? Am I confused? Doesn't that work that way? I feel like if they just played any card here, they win, right? Literally any card wins the game. I don't understand. How could they not have a card that's playable? I think they just always win. But we take those. We take those. Okoye boosters. All right, guys, I'm gonna play one more game. I really don't know if I got enough for a video for this, but hopefully we got, you know, some games for a video anyway. My camera is just like not in a good spot. Like, what am I? I'm like too big, but also too. I reset it earlier, so it's all messed up. Okay, this is an interesting hand. Mystique and Blue Marvels at least to start. Bifrost should be fine for us. That's no big deal. By the way, guys, we've been on a bit of a win streak. I feel like we found some location streaks here that are hitting the right side of the variance for this deck. Before it was all garbage, and now it's like, okay. So what happened earlier? If the card dies, Angela doesn't get the buff. Really? I thought it would work. Why would it not work? To me, it feels like it should work, but I don't know. Now you've got me doubting myself. Because she doesn't even demand that the card lives or anything. It's just that it's played. I've seen it not work, shouldn't it, though? I think it should. Yeah, I wish they had tested it so we could have seen it if nothing else. Would have been nice to test, you know, to see. Man, they are basically full up on their board already. I'm feeling good about this.
Oh, snap.
So this is gonna move 2 cards over and leave 1, and then they're gonna move 2 over. So I'll have 1 spot on Kiln for next turn, and then should be good to go left. We can just play Iceman, I guess. I mean, do we ever screw them if we play Storm? Like, are they, you know, like they're gonna be locked out, right, if I play Storm, because they're trusting Bifrost creates space. I think Storm screws them, right? Yeah, I like this a lot. They basically have nowhere left to play. So as long as I can win with buffs, we're fine. Cerebro Mystique will add 12 left, and it will add this is fine, right? This actually adds 6 anyway. That adds 6, but then this will add a bunch more. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Cool. I'm actually seeing a perfect example of this too. Nice. They're gonna play it out. I love it. Let's go. Ooh. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's great. That was gonna add another insane stat line. Yeah, Storm there actually super clutch. Really strategic Storm. That's nice. All right, cool. Good little streak, guys. I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, the deck actually worked. That was my last game too, so perfect timing. Let me drop a raid. We've got some really kind raids today in the Marvel Snap world, so let's keep it going. Let's find ourselves a really small streamer here to share the love with. Somebody with like 0 views. Here we go. This guy is gonna love this, guys. Be nice, be kind, drop some follows, drop some love. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You're all the best. Love you a ton. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Pixel Boom, for the Prime sub, and until next time, game on.